YouTube. We got a 2-for-1 special today, man. You see me in the same Lamar Jackson, bitch. You see me in the same Lamar Jackson jersey. Don't trip, cause we wore. I'm edit that out. Yeah, I'm saying we're back with another reaction video. Everybody get to. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody on the YouTube. Appreciate everybody on the Twitch, and all the social medias, man. Don't forget to get all the social medias right there, cause I see them, you see them. Yeah, we got another reaction. What did you just say? Cop discovers an evil husband's house of horrors. Let's see what this weirdo's doing at his free time. Yeah, let's get it. And for this video, can we at least push for like 20 likes? I said this on the last video. Y'all see it, but 20 likes. You know what I'm saying, I don't know when this video's gonna drop. Probably drop tomorrow, today, next week. You know what I'm saying, but it's gonna drop though. Let's get it. Oh my fucking cut.
911, what's your emergency?
Hey, I'm a bus driver and one of my students just passed me a note that says his mother needs help and that his dad is hurting her.
Okay, do you have an address?
Yeah, they live on, it's the first house when you turn into the neighborhood.
Okay, officers are being dispatched now. Can you stay with the child until law enforcement arrives?
Yeah, so I'm just parked outside the neighborhood. I'll stay here.
This is
That's a
what
good
the
bus
Las
driver
Cruces
right there,
Police
bro.
Department were
And that's a
informed
smart
of
kid
on
right there
April
too, bro, to
23rd,
go to the bus and pass the
2021.
bus driver a note to say
Just
his
the
mom.
night before,
W
Veronica
child,
had
bro.
endured 12 hours of what could only be described as a living hell, all because of her abusive boyfriend,
Fucking
Eric
piece of shit.
Alvarado. At this point, fearing for her and her children's life, the main thing on her mind was to call the police. But Eric had confiscated her phone and refused to let her leave his sight. However, Eric and Veronica's son still had to go to school. This gave Veronica an idea that would save her and her family's life.
Can you explain to me what's going on today?
Last night he was taking me a lot.
He was shaking you?
And stuff with the pillows.
Okay.
He picked me up. He got my head against the cabinet, and then he's sleeping on top of here. And then my kids were screaming and crying. And he said that he was either I die or he's gonna have a shot with you guys.
Veronica is clearly distressed, and
This
she's
is lying.
thankful that the cops are here to.
A dude that's being on a woman's gonna say anything to make her scared, bro. But he's not gonna have a shit out with he's not gonna have a shit out with the police, bro. He doesn't even look like that kind of person, bro. He looks like. I'm sorry, my bad, bro. Honestly, bro, he looks like he makes like a good martini. I mean, honestly, bro, not like, bro. It's not funny, but like, bro, like he doesn't even look like the type of guy to have a shit out with the police, bro. He literally looks like he'll make a nice margarita, bro. On God. Like, I wouldn't lie to you, a little salt and lamb, a little sugar.
In fear of her life, she wrote a note behind Eric's back saying that she was in danger and to call 911. She passed this note to her kids in hopes someone from their school would call the police. The note was given to a bus driver who immediately called the Las Cruces Police Department. The cops need to know exactly what happened. Veronica just told them that Eric would have a shootout with the cops if they came, so they know they're dealing with someone either dangerous or delusional. Something
Delusional.
they would quickly find out.
Were you trying to get away from him, or what happened?
I just started doing whatever he asked me. He would even tell me to follow him to the bathroom when he needed the bathroom. He would make me pick up the seat for him.
Okay.
He said, "Are you gonna let me?" And then I was just like, "Well, neither." And then, but I was crying for my mom. He said, "You really think I would do that?"
He didn't try to get out, and he didn't forcefully try to keep you
I was
from
like,
leaving or anything like that?
I've tried before, and it never works. So I just stayed quietly and I stayed up on the bed. I rolled like to try to get away, and he would just pull me closer and hug me.
Okay.
But I didn't have a phone to call you guys, so I just the only.
This
What
shit's
happened to
so
your phone?
fucking sad, bro.
Yeah,
Get this nigga life. I'm not lying. Get this nigga life.
I'm gonna call the cops.
Okay, so the marks on your face, is that from him, or?
Mm-hmm.
Is that from him? Okay.
And then
Listen to exactly what Veronica is saying. It's obvious that this isn't just a one-time thing. She's using phrases like, "I've tried before and it never works," implying that she'd almost given up trying to escape him. This is known as learned helplessness, a condition where an abused person starts to believe that they're powerless to save themselves because of the repeated abuse and perceived lack of control. Unfortunately, it's more common than you might think. On average, it takes 7 tries for a victim to escape their abuser, and every single one of these failed attempts would start to make them feel more and more powerless, as though control of their life is slowly slipping away. Given that Veronica has a 5-year-old son with Eric, the abuse might have been going on for years, with her essentially resigning her fate to his violence and manipulation. If that's the case, then her son's actions should be even more celebrated, finally freeing his own mother from a relentless cycle of abuse.
Can you explain to me what happened first yesterday?
We were arguing. He was just more frustrated because he was yelling at the kids, and then started to get upset with me. He got upset because I didn't cook, grabbed himself something to eat, and he told me to put garbage and give it to him, but it's because I had the baby in the bed and I laid down. She was getting upset every time I walked out.
Okay.
And then so I came in here all mad talking shit, and
Okay.
I was right there by the microwave, and I slammed it to close it because he had his food in there. I was gonna heat it up, and he told me to shut up, and then he got up and pulled me from my hair and pushed my head toward the cabinet in my head, like went like that, and it's why it's swollen right here. Went like that, and my eyebrow hit right here.
Veronica continued to tell the officer about that night's abuse, how he choked her,
Is he
threw
in the
her
house?
around, and grabbed hold of her so hard
Wait a second. Is this shit all going on and this nigga's in the back of the house laying down? Or where's he at? I'm confused as shit.
that she couldn't force his hand away to save herself.
Yeah, I was holding onto his arm, but he lifted me up because he's so strong. He lifted me up and he slammed me on the counter. My kids were crying at the same time as my oldest son
Okay.
came out.
What did you feel when he grabbed your neck?
I don't know, like I was like trying to fight to get it off, and then all of a sudden, like my body just started feeling weak.
Feeling weak?
Yeah, and I just like I felt like I was underwater and I couldn't breathe. And I was just like trying to calm him down, like, "Oh baby, I love you. Please stop. This is not." But I was just like, because I already know how he is.
Directly after being choked
Damn,
almost
bro.
to death,
She said, baby, I
she's
love
still
you. Please
pleading with him
stop.
and telling him that she loves him. Obviously, it can't be discounted that this was just an act to get him to stop. But again, this is a very common reaction. Eric has likely used either love bombing or intermittent reinforcement to manipulate Veronica. Love bombing involves initially showering the victim with affection and attention, forming attachment quickly. And intermittent reinforcement involves quickly alternating between kindness and cruelty. Both of these create a powerful emotional bond and dependency on the abuser, making it much harder to leave, despite making her feel like this.
Talking about, are you scared to die? And I'm like, yes. He's like, how does it feel? Because you almost died. And I was just like,
Okay.
it just hurts, it's painful. He's like, why are you scared to die? Like,
Do
and
you
then I
need-
said, because my kids.
But the last little piece of information the cops get might just be the most important one, and unravel why tonight's abuse got so out of hand.
From PTSD,
Okay.
depression.
And he hasn't took his medication either.
Bipolar depression and
Yes, I take so much drugs. He has anxiety, bipolar.
yeah. So the only thing that set him off was the whole him not having food ready and all that.
No, it was the kids. He was yelling at my son.
Okay.
And that if anything gets him upset, he gets really, really upset.
Apparently, Eric suffers from PTSD, depression, anxiety, and bipolar. He's supposed to take a litany of meds to keep him stable, but that night, he hadn't taken any of them. Of course, this isn't an excuse for his behavior, nor is it to be assumed that many bipolar people would ever act in this manner, but it could be a possible explanation for the severe and continued abuse.
How long have you been with him?
On and off for 7 years. There's a time when he sent me to the hospital, but I didn't first try.
So you never.
I felt bad because he always calls me. He's just like, I'm sorry. This is the man.
So
I'm a sick man.
has he ever been charged with domestic or anything like that? He has? In Las Cruces or New Mexico?
With his ex-girlfriend.
Okay, but not with you.
Bro, if you know this nigga's like, if you know he does this for fun, or I'm not even say for fun, if you know he just makes his hand strong on women. Why are you talking to him, bro? I don't understand.
A lot of times I drop the charges because I feel bad.
Eric is clearly dangerous and needs to be locked up, but that all depends on if Veronica is going to press charges this time or let herself be manipulated out of it again. But before she can even make that decision,
Yeah.
the other cop comes into the
Hold on, y'all. Yeah. I'm back, y'all. I'm edit that out. I'm back. I'm edit that out.
room and lets them know that
Hold
they
on, I'ma
need
call you when I'm
EMTs
finished
on the
recording, fool.
scene immediately.
When you were standing up and then you started,
Oh.
I don't know if he was making him do himself. Is that normal for him?
Does he have,
He gets like that when he's really upset
Mm-hmm.
and he's not acting in an angry way. He does that, and sometimes like he'll fall on me and like I can't pick him
Oh,
up.
okay.
so panic attacks are normal for him?
He's been out in a week.
She says he has knives in the drawer, so.
It seems as though Eric has had a panic attack and needs help from a medic. The thing is, the cops can't be sure if this is a genuine reaction or another way to try and guilt and manipulate Veronica, but either way, they get the fire department on the scene to check him out.
Does he need to go to the hospital?
Bro, let's take this nigga to jail, bro. He doesn't need no medical
Oh, he's wanting to go?
medical
What are you
aid or none of that shit, bro. Let's take this nigga to jail. This nigga beats women on his free time. Fuck that.
Good right now. It's at 98%. Heart rate's fine, a little elevated at 98, but nothing crazy.
Do you take your medications for PTSD and the depression?
No, what?
Do you take medications for it?
Yes.
Are you current on your medications? So we always recommend heading up to the hospital, especially because he has like PTSD, bipolar depression.
Medically, everything seems fine with Eric, but they still decide to take him to the hospital temporarily at his request. In the meantime, Veronica is now curious about the rest of the process and has made a decision on if she's going to press charges.
Press charges.
Okay.
And he told me that
This nigga's beating you up every fucking day.
I didn't think I'm gonna be that long in fucking jail. I get bonded up real fucking quick.
So I know you said you want a restraining order, so we'll work on getting that. Usually it's going to be an emergency restraining order.
Would I be able to press charges on him?
So in situations like this, it's up to the state to pursue charges. So usually we go through with no matter if we have.
How the fuck does that work? She's literally getting beat up, nigga. You see it. How is it?
If we have charges, we're gonna go through with the charges whether you want to or not.
I should have pressed charges when I couldn't even open my eyes.
Emergency restraining orders are common in cases of domestic violence, especially where there's children involved. Courts are often available 24/7 for the filing of these, and in open and shut cases like these, they'll usually get approved on the same day. That means that Eric physically won't be allowed near Veronica, her kids, and likely their home unless he goes through a rigorous legal procedure. But it turns out that might not even matter, as it looks like he's heading straight to jail.
It is going to be a 48 for him. He's going to be cleared already.
As long as he's clear, he should be fine then. It's gonna bring me the ERO.
So, hey, can I get a district court judge for the ERO?
Oh, okay.
Cool. From this point, the officer fills out the restraining order and takes care of some other paperwork and investigation around the house. But the day isn't over for Eric yet. Far from it. He was taken to the hospital, but as the officer figured, he was discharged almost as soon as he got there. That meant that it was his turn in the spotlight, and he was handed over to the police, who were going to make sure that he got exactly what he
That nigga was
deserved.
trying to be out of jail for a little bit longer, bro. There's nothing wrong with this nigga.
Turn around for this officer. Turn around for him, bro. There you go.
Oh, man, I got all the kids, bro.
Alright, bud. Well, before we take you in, alright, you're gonna be placed under arrest, okay? CID is the one that are gonna take you the charges. Unfortunately, I don't know them.
What's
But
that?
you are gonna be served a
Emergency restraining order. I would suggest not contacting her, writing her, going to the house, none of that.
As the officer mentioned, the case was handed over to CID, or the Criminal Investigation Division. In even simpler terms, the detectives. Usually a case is passed over the CID if the crimes were particularly severe, or if it requires the specific resources or skills the CID have. In this case, it's very likely the chronic abuse and psychological manipulation that warranted their intervention. As to truly unpack what happened here, it would require an expert to dig deep and use
But
their
my thing
skills to
is,
figure
bro,
everything
like,
out. That's why
my thing is, like, you can't even, like, I can't even say nothing bad. Like, she was genuinely scared, bro. Like, women, like, they'll be scared and they won't say shit. Like, I'm actually glad she gave her son that note and sent him to the bus with that note, bro. Like, genuinely, if she didn't send that note, who knows what the fuck would have happened, bro?
less
Who
than
knows
an
if she'd
hour
been
after
allowed
he
to tell
was
the story
released
or
from
not,
the
you know?
hospital, he was sat face to face with a detective that was about to grill him for his side of the story. Unfortunately, Eric didn't exactly make that easy, and it ended with him back in handcuffs and on his way to a cell.
Eric, Detective Bardo with the Las Cruces Police Department. How you doing? What happened last night? Okay, so you're here for a reason, and I'm here with you for a reason, and that's to get your side story. If you're gonna tell me nothing, I'm gonna go ahead and leave and proceed my investigation. So right now, this is your chance.
What am I being charged with?
I'm not there yet,
charged for, man.
but I'm in an
You're a weirdo.
investigation. I'm investigating you.
I don't feel good, man.
Okay.
I want to go
All right.
back.
They gonna say, well,
Take
you
you back
charged
to the
for
whole
you know,
detail,
the fuck
okay?
you did,
So,
bro.
the
Nigga,
last thing
like,
that I need to do is get your side of the story. Since you're not going to give that to me, I'm going to go ahead and charge you with 3 counts of aggravated battery on a household member. 2 of them are strangulation, the other one's going to be suffocation, or 2 of them be suffocation, one's going to be strangulation. Battery on a household member, and also deprivation of property of a household member. 3 of the 5 are going to be felonies. Okay?
What? Why are they felonies? What?
nigga, you know they're felonies. You're hitting women. The fuck do you mean? Why are they felonies? Fuck, nigga.
You were there.
You were there. Nothing. I didn't do nothing, bro.
Okay.
I did nothing
Then
for
stay
her.
with that. Stay with that story.
I want to know what the
I'm not going to tell you anything because you don't want to tell me anything.
As it turned out, Eric would only be charged with 2 counts of aggravated battery of a household member, 1 count of battery against a household member, and deprivation of property. And with Eric safely in cuffs and in a holding cell, the police had only one more job to do to put Veronica's mind at ease.
Hello?
May I speak to Veronica, please?
This is her. Yes?
Okay, just real quick, I wanted to let you know that I'm gonna go ahead and charge Eric. He's gonna have 3 felonies, which is gonna be aggravated battery on a household member. 2 of them are strangulation. One's gonna be strangulation. The other one's gonna be battery on a household member, and the other one's deprivation of property of a household member. So another thing, I'm asking the officer to call a Sky report to CYFD. Because of what he exposed the children to. They'll probably just reach out to you, ask to see the conditions of the house, make sure that they're suitable for the children.
I know because of what happened, but then at the same time, I know I don't know how to say this. I accept what you're doing, but there won't be any way he can see his kid.
There will be, but it's
Honestly, you can't. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. I thought she was gonna change her mind and thought she was gonna take the charges off or try to take the charges off. But she asked if he could see his kids. That's reasonable, low key. Yeah, it's reasonable, my nigga.
it's got to be in different terms now. The way you guys had it, obviously.
They're more
didn't work.
likely, like, when this situation like this happens, bro. If he sees his kids, it's gonna be visitation where they have to go to a public place and they have to be with some kind of social worker or something that's sort of like that, or they have to go to a public place, or they have to go to like this office where there's social workers and shit, and then they just chill at a room and do some shit, play games, and then the kids go back home to their mom. The dad does what the fuck he does, and they probably do that shit like every 2 weeks, every week. You know what I'm saying? Depends on how the court system works, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's going, like, based on the charges he's got, bro, I don't think he's really going to be having his kids alone. You know what I'm saying? But That's what the fuck you get, bro. Honestly,
Because
no,
look
like,
what he's exposing the children to.
As of July 2024, Eric Alvarado is still awaiting sentencing and is being held without bond. However, based on his charges and history, it's estimated he'll likely spend up to 8 years behind bars. With intervention and checks by CPS, the children will also receive treatment and care for any trauma or abuse caused by their father, and Veronica will finally be free of the horrific treatment caused by her evil husband. And remember, none of this would have happened if not for what Veronica's 5-year-old son did that morning, being brave and strong enough to reach out to save
he's
his
a real
mom,
MVP. I'm not
changing
gonna
his
lie.
whole family's lives in one heartwarming and heroic move.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. He's the MVP of this whole situation, bro.
Changing his
Because if her son didn't go outside and hand that note to the bus driver, bro, who knows what the fuck would have happened, bro. They all could have been in danger still. So now, you know what I'm saying, he's facing his crimes, you know what I'm saying. Can't hurt his wife no more, can't hurt his kids. Shit, that's what you get, bro. I really don't even feel bad in this situation for him. I feel bad for her and all the kids, man. Prayers to her and her kids. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully she doesn't have to go through this shit ever again. But if you made it to the end of the video, y'all, I love y'all, man. Like, share, subscribe. Again, can we get 20 likes? Shit, bro. I'm recording 2 videos, bro. I gotta go out of town again, bro. So I'm gonna try to drop some like vlogs and shit, bro. But I gotta go out of town. But you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm taking my computer. I'm not taking my PC, but I'm taking my computer. I'm gonna try to record some reactions for y'all. But again, y'all made it to the end of the video. Like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all soon. Peace.